This week, I have no more words. During the campaign, President Trump promised to build a border wall, a promise he's sticking to.
We will build the wall. We've already started planning. It will be built.
Would pay for the wall. He's making good on that as well.
Do you want Mexico to pay for the wall?
President Trump said that to the Mexican president's face. And he's coming up with new ideas to maximize safety. Just this week, he suggested that the wall be see-through to give border guards greater visibility. And it's not just talk. The Department of Homeland Security is getting to work and expecting to construct 4 to 8 prototypes by the end of the summer. Joining me now for her very first on-camera interview is Acting Chief of the United States Border Patrol, Carla Provost. So, Chief, many Americans do not live close to the border, so they don't understand the danger involved in the environment down there. Please describe to them the cartel activity, the drug smuggling, and the dangerous environment that poses such a threat and why it's so important to neutralize it.
Certainly, Jesse. You know, our men and women on the front line put themselves at risk every day as they're trying to protect this great nation. As you said, the cartels, the transnational criminal organizations, they're worried about getting their product across the borders, whether that be people, whether it be narcotics or other things that could do us harm. And it really is an environment that our frontline employees are at risk. They do a great job of protecting this nation and really putting themselves on their lives on the line day in and day out.
And which cartel is operating primarily down on the border region?
We have numerous cartels that work in the area, so spread out across the entire southwest border, but that is something that we work very closely with our partners in the intelligence community as we work to try to impact those cartels.
And the drugs that are being smuggled across, what are the top 3 drugs that are coming across?
Well, for the Border Patrol, we still see the largest numbers of marijuana, though that has been dropping. Methamphetamine, cocaine, heroin, as well as fentanyl are coming across the border.
Okay. So now the border wall is going to go up pretty soon, we believe. And now it could be see-through to give the people on the borders some transparency so they could see all these things flying across and they're not surprised by anything. We actually have a picture of an incident, I believe it was in Nogales, that border town. So this woman was being, I think, dangled by smugglers over the top of the border wall. And then when the Border Patrol showed up, the smugglers just dropped her and left her there hanging. So the wall that's being built, I believe, is going to be much taller, and it's going to prohibit the digging underground at least 6 feet deep. Are you hearing that as well?
So certainly that has been something that we've used in the past to prevent digging underneath. I am not certain yet what the height will be of the wall. I look forward to seeing what industry brings to the table to expand our tools in our toolkit when it comes to border security possibilities.
And we do know President Trump wants to make the side of the wall aesthetically pleasing that faces the United States. What is the main issue right now for people that are, not very familiar with the border that you would like to share with them?
I think just the great work that our men and women do day in and day out to protect this country. They have a really tough job to do, and they do it to the best of their ability with limited resources.
Now, we're hearing that the funding for the border wall may be held up by Democrats in Congress who don't want to fund it, and they may even shut the government down to stop funding the border wall. What would you say to them?
I don't really get involved in the funding portion of it. As the chief of the acting chief of the Border Patrol, my job is to set the requirement of what we need, and that's really our role as we go forward.
But if you don't get the money, you're not going to have what you need, correct?
Certainly.
Okay. Well, I hope they get that message. I want to play a quick soundbite from Acting ICE Director Thomas Hammond, who said this about President Trump. Roll it.
I made it clear, when you enter this country illegally, you have committed a crime. And you can't want to be a part of this country and not respect its laws. So those who enter the country illegally, you may get past the Border Patrol, and in the past you have this feeling that, okay, I'm home free, I got by the Border Patrol and no one's looking for me. Well, those days are over. We're looking for you. We're going to prioritize what we do, but we're going to enforce the law without apology.
Okay, so that is the message now, enforcing the law. Is that something you're hearing as well?
Certainly. That is something that we work closely with ICE and Director Homan, and that's the key really to the success. We see that enforcement works, it has certainly had an impact.
All right, well, Chief, I wish you and your colleagues safety down there. I know how dangerous it can be, and you have the support of Watters World. When the wall is underway, I may go down there with a shovel and break ground. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jesse.